Okay, right, so last time we had just started testing the codable interface of the Markov generator, and now I want to generate the actual daring fireball JSON that the game's going to load. So the best way to do that, we've already actually created it here in this test playground that I used to, build the first versions of this Markov text generator, which obviously we need to move out of here as well at some point. But the next thing is let's build some data, and let's go to our tests and add generation text Markov text generator. Let's call it generate JSON. So this is a special test that we're going to use actually just to generate the I need a test. And here we're going to import snapshot testing. Here we can just do our snapshot. Imagine the generator we've made as JSON. And now if we just run this one test, we've built generate Markov text. So we can now disable that. And in our snapshots, we look. Where is the snapshot? Should be in here. Doesn't appear to be though. Typing game. Oh. Oh, I think I might have accidentally put my test in the wrong place. Yeah, I have. Whoops. Didn't mean that at all. Oh well. Try again. want that. Now we've got some assets. This is the full daring fireball. Ooh, scrape I did. So it's pretty big, and we probably don't want to keep testing that. But it's 58,000 lines of JSON, which is why we switch it off after using it. So we can generate whenever we want to generate something, we can just run this test, and actually the side effect of that is we build a file, which we should then actually it was in the right place. Well, there is, weirdly, it's probably one. Where is it? We want to duplicate that. No, I want to rename it. Thank you, Code Run. I'll turn you up. And I forgot again to set my timer. Terrible at this. So, well, we'll get this running in the game, and then that will be the end of this Pomodoro. So it could be a shorter one, who knows? We did a slightly longer one this last time. So, right, we've got some data made from the text. We don't need the text in the game, but we'll sort all this out later. We'll probably need to make some different targets for doing different things, but for now we'll just throw everything in. Add it to code control, source control. Okay, so we've got this JSON. Now we need to load it, and we're gonna load it. So we need to start making this available. So now this needs to be I'm going to have to reorg this project at some point. Well, we do a whole session on that, I think. Now I'm going to take this out. Oh, why is that in? Oh, no. Tell you what I am going to do though is make a bloody sources folder. Right, so we've got this. We now need to use it in our letter producer client. So we're going to make a letter producer. So we have that. No, don't want that reducer. testable import of typing game. Clean that. Typing game test needs to have testable import. Right, so small rearrange. Right, so we can now take our letter producer and instead of making random elements, it's going to use a a Markov generator. Strictly speaking, we should have this is going to need to read off of disk, isn't it? So let's make, when we start it, that's weird. Markov generator, and we're going to have some text to make. Oh no, we're going to bring in some JSON. Equal then we use that URL. Great. Then we decode that. We need some data. Decode. right way around with this. Do we create it from the data string using? Again, we're going to hack this together, not very safely. It is using, okay. We probably want to make this not stringy at some point, but so we've got some data, we've decoded it. Again, this is all full of failure points. Once we build tests for this, I mean, this now, without this piece of data, we just cannot run the game anyway. I mean, it doesn't work. So, what error are my errors? Some undefined symbols. Eesh. Something to do with the testing. Pretty sure it's there. It's failing test. Oh, we don't want to be linking to that in the actual game, do we? Right, you can't link to the test framework in the actual app code. Right, need to add that to source control. So we ended up with a letter producer here. When we start it, we're now building a generator, and then instead of getting a random letter from the alphabet, we can generate from our if it doesn't come up with, to be honest. undo. Let's make it so if I don't have the generator going for some reason, let's not make it crash. And because this is generating strings, let's make it generate z. We want to then map it to a character. And then, now that, if we now play the game, we need to, there's just one more thing we need to deal with, which is obviously we've got spaces being generated. So when we kill a letter, we need to kill any spaces after the letter as well. So because we're not going to bother about spaces too much. Where are we? Well, let's just play it and think about that for next time. Yeah, we need to, there are spaces. And as you can see, although they're not necessarily English words, they are at least English-like, and some of them are very much English. And it's, and I'm dead. Okay. That is enough for this session. As you can see, we just run this. The Markov text generator is busy generating stuff that looks very much like English, and it's pretty good actually. So that will be all for now. This is just going to generate forever because we use the sequence with an iterator and it never stops generating text. Obviously we need to detect when it hits the end, and we need to decide what we're doing with spaces, because we need to display the space somehow or ignore spaces. I think maybe we'll just display the spaces. But anyway, now we've got this, we can really start focusing on the game mechanic and gameplay and making it fun. I wanted to get the data like more realistic to the game before really concentrating on game mechanics, because the fundamentals of the game are coming from this. So that's it for now. Hope you have enjoyed it.